Is Dying Light 2 worth the buy in 2024? That is the question and the answer that I will be providing to you today in this video. Now, the first question is, why is it I am so late to playing this game whenever I love the first one? Now, Dying Light 2 came out in February of 2022, and I bought it whenever it first came out. And since then, it has sat in my Steam library with 0.3 hours played. And I feel like I have done this game a massive injustice by letting it sit there for so long, unplayed and untouched. So recently on stream, past week, I've been playing Dying Light 2. I haven't beaten it yet, but that doesn't mean I haven't been having just the best time. Now, opening the game, you open up with this great scenery of you running through a tunnel being chased by the infected. And right outside that tunnel is that wonderful open world RPG moment that we all love of just walking out, the sun hitting your face, and the world being laid out in front of you. You know, that Skyrim-esque moment of you walking out of the cave in Skyrim and all of the world being laid out in front of you. We love those moments. And I personally think if those moments are done correctly, they can set the tone of any game and make you really, really interested in playing it and excited to play it. And if it's done correctly, it can be one of the most memorable moments in any game. Now, the starting missions of the game show you, Aiden, the main character, meeting up with an old friend who has some information for you. It shows you walking through the wilderness, collecting supplies, teaches you about crafting menus and equipment, and all these types of things. It also teaches you about the combat. It teaches you about special attacks from enemies and more powerful enemies and all these types of game building and world building and technical tutorial stuff. So throughout that, you get in contact with somebody on a radio that tells you to go to these coordinates and they'll have information about your sister Mia. At those coordinates, you show up to Old Villedor and you get infected on your travels into Old Villedor. But in Old Villedor, everyone's infected. Walls went up at the beginning of the thing, and they're all safe in there as long as they have their little biomarkers. You, however, come in there infected without a biomarker as a pilgrim, and they immediately try to hang you. But don't worry, you're saved by your new best friend, Hakon. Following this, Hakon leads you out, and then you start to do some main story quest missions and side missions, and this is where you really get the meat and potatoes of the game. From here, you start to learn about the two factions. You have the Peacekeepers and the Bazaar. Now, the Bazaar is the people that just tried to hang you, and the Peacekeepers just had their leader murdered. Their leader was Lucas, and your whole thing is trying to get to the center. But to get to the center, you need passage from the Peacekeepers. So you have to solve a murder. Now, let me tell you something right now. Within this storyline, the amount of times that I was so positive, so sure, that I knew, oh, this guy's definitely got to be the one that killed him. And I'm not going to give it away, but I said it so many times, I was wrong quite a few. That just goes to show this mystery is written so well, and the acting is so good, it's hard to piece it all together sometimes. And paying attention, you really start to second guess everything. Every single thing that you learn, you start to second guess, question it, and it really starts to all connect together, and you really start to wonder, who's the good guys? Who's the bad guys? Where is my moral compass really supposed to point at? And it gets a little difficult at times. Now, the opening missions really just give you a feel for the game and start to give us a bit of the backstory of why we are, where we are, who we are, and all the important characters and world building stuff. But to break it down easily, basically we're out here looking for our sister Mia after losing her while we were little kids, having what I can only assume is genetic experiments being done on us, which kind of explains why we are faster and stronger and more resilient than most of the other people in this world. Now, I'm not going to dive too far into the storylines or character development or anything like that, because I'm not trying to give too many spoilers away. I'm just trying to show you my experience with the game and explain to you what I liked and what I enjoyed and why I believe this game really is worth a buy. I haven't even gotten to the amount of exploration and customization and all the different types of activities you can do and how the choices you make within each of these things really have a profound impact on the rest of the world. From deciding which factions control entire portions of the cities, dividing it all up like a little pizza, you really are in control of how all of the events play out in this game. Games that do these types of things really make me actually care and pay more attention. Like some games just give you a narrative linear storyline where your decisions don't really have that much of an impact. But here, every little thing really does matter. From the split decisions you make that are timed and you have to really think fast about them, down to which side quests you do and who you talk to, and if you save this person in time. It's really a deep and robust story where every decision leads somewhere new, and each decision you make really does matter. Since I mentioned the side quest, we can talk a little bit and dive into those. The side quests in this game are definitely worth a play. You can gain more information on different characters, which can change how your next decision will be made. If you learn something that you didn't know before, maybe your next decision to help this person, maybe you're not going to help them anymore. And that all comes from a side quest. And each of these side quests have their own little flushed out stories that can either tie into the main story or just send you down a little breadcrumb trail to wrap it all up at the end. Some of the decisions you make in these side quests affect how the world and main story differ from that decision. Each one you make has a profound impact on every other part of the game. So honestly, in conclusion, I think this is just a fun and enjoyable game. From running rooftop to rooftop, hunting down a bandit, or try to escape from the hordes of zombies bombarding you throughout the city. Or just sitting around a fire, enjoying a nice song or story from one of the random NPCs on a random rooftop at a random time during the story. I'd say give the game a look. Give it a try, because I really think it's worth it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this new type of video, this new style of video I'm trying out. If you did, subscribe, like, comment, and if you think I can make these better, please let me know down below. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.